Hi everyone, I'm Renee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this mermaid themed cake with a really easy and fun watercolor painting technique. First I'm going to make my edible watercolors. So I have gel color in teal, royal blue, and purple. This is royal purple, which is really on the blue side, so I'm going to add some fuchsia to make it more of a pinky purple. Then I'm going to add a generous amount of high proof vodka. You could also use lemon extract, but you don't want to use water. You want something that has a high alcohol content so it's going to dry quickly. And then mix up the colors, and I have a white paper towel so I can see how diluted the colors are. You want them fairly pigmented, but still a very watery consistency. With my colors all mixed up, I'm going to prepare my super secret watercolor painting tool, which is a sheet of cling wrap that I'm going to crumple up to get a lot of good textures in there. Then you're just going to dip the cling wrap into the colors and dab off a lot of the excess. And this way you won't have too much paint when we bring this to the cake. I have the bottom tier of my cake. It's an 8-inch round by 5 inches tall, already covered with a light teal fondant that I've allowed to set up so it's firm. Then I'm going to use a dabbing motion with the plastic wrap to layer these colors on. And it's okay if it smears a little bit or drips, it's just going to add to that under the ocean watercolor effect. After I made my way all the way around the cake with the teal, I came in with the blue next and layered that on. And make sure to leave plenty of space because we still need to layer some purple watercolor, and I want some of that light teal fondant to show through so this looks like a really pretty swirly under the ocean watercolor effect and not just a solid wash of color. And when I finished with the blue, I came in with the purple last so it'd be very prominent. And I want to mention that I did not wait for these layers to dry in between painting. It's really okay if they blend a little bit. It's just going to add to the pretty effect. And that's it. This bottom tier is all painted. It's super quick and easy, and I think the effect is really cool. I'm just going to set this aside to dry. Next, I'll work on the mermaid fins that decorate around the top tier. I've rolled out some of that light teal fondant, fairly thin, it's about 1/16 of an inch, and I have this cutter I bought on Amazon for my mermaid fin. It's really nice because I can easily cut out the shape and at the same time it embosses all of the scales. Just make sure you press firmly to get all of those impressions. And then you have a really quick and easy mermaid tail. My top tier is a 6-inch round, so I cut out 5 or 6 of these tails so I have plenty to go around. I'm going to bring the tails to life with some detail and color, so I have some petal dusts here. I have a blue, a teal, a purple, and a magenta. I also have some pearlized dusts in rose gold and a lilac, and I'll have all of these linked below for you. To make the tails look less uniform and more detailed and colorful, I'm going to single out some scales to color in. So first I'm going in with magenta, and I'm going to just color in several of the individual scales. And I also colored in a couple of the scales with the purple petal dust. Then I went in with a big fluffy brush to shade and give dimension to the tail. I used the pink first, and then I'm going to layer in with each of the different colors, and there's not really any rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to give the outside kind of a darker shade, and I'm going to layer on those colors until I'm happy with the way it looks. When I was happy with the coloring, I then went in with those pearlized dusts that I had. It was a rose gold and a lilac. I think it was called Orchid actually. And again, those will be linked below. Now this is going to give the tail a really pretty sheen, and it also kind of helps to blend all of those colors together. I colored each cutout the same way, varying the pattern just a little bit, and then when they were done, I had them set aside, loosely covered with plastic wrap so that they would set up enough to be handled, but not dry out to the point where they were going to crack when I applied them to the cake. I stacked the cake, the top tier is covered with a light purple fondant, and then I used a little bit of water to attach the mermaid tails all the way around the tier. I'm going to add some splashes right at the base of the mermaid tail. So I raised it up so that the top of the fin would go over the edge of the cake. Gently bend the fins and you can give them a little bit of movement. I marbled together some of the light teal fondant with some white, and this is going to give us a marbled, watery kind of look. And then I rolled a little bit into a long rope. Then I curved this back and forth to create kind of a whimsical wave shape. I flattened one end of it so it will fit nicely up against the cake, and then you can curve the thicker ends so it will look more like a crashing wave. Using water, I attached one of these wave pieces at the base of the top tier, right where the mermaid tail meets. And this makes a cute looking little wave like the mermaid is crashing through the water, and this is her splash. I added more detail by adding little curved teardrop shapes on either side of the tail to emphasize her splash. Then to enhance the watery look of the bottom tier, I add little balls of white fondant and kind of a curvy pattern here and there around the tier. And then I went in with a ball tool to give them a little bit of a curve or concave look, so these kind of look like little bubbles coming up from the bottom. I had a collection of seashells and starfish left over from another project. I do have a tutorial for the starfish on my channel. I will link that below for you. And if you're interested in a tutorial on how I made these shells using a mold, let me know in the comments below. Using a little bit of royal icing, I used these shells and starfish to give the cake its final embellishment. And that's it for this beachy mermaid themed cake. I really love the colors on this one, and that watercolor technique is really cool and really easy. I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and click the bell icon to get notified every time I upload.